Hey, how's it going? Thanks so much for checking out this video. My name is Ray. There's one of me. And as you guys can see, I've caught the Harley Benton bug. I hate to say it. I was very skeptical getting into these guitars because they are such a low price point. I'm like, how good could they be? Well, spoiler alert, I've bought 3 of these now, so it's pretty damn good. I'm very impressed with these instruments, honestly. And what I love about Harley Benton is it gives you the opportunity to explore all of these classic guitar designs and platforms and really kind of figure out why they're classics in the first place. It kind of is like a nice gateway into learning about all these different types of guitars, and it really makes it accessible to everybody, which I think is super rad. But anyway, you guys didn't click on this video to hear me yap. Let's kind of get into it real quick, and then I'll give you a lot of playing examples. So this is the Harley Benton. This is the TE-30, which obviously, I love how all the companies try to be coy to avoid like lawsuits, but this is a Telecaster copy. This is their version of a Telecaster. I believe this is their standard series. They actually have like a vintage series. They have a more modern series. This is kind of in between. This is the standard. I went with this blonde color because it actually reminds me a lot of a Fender Telecaster I actually had back in the day. I actually ended up selling it for my Digitech Strum pedal, which I miss that Tele sometimes, but selling it for that pedal was a game changer to be able to live loop and do solo shows. So I don't regret it at all. So this kind of like takes its place. And honestly, I would say this could really goes toe to toe with that Fender Telecaster, I swear. And that Telecaster was a hell of a lot more expensive than this. For one thing too, this is an actual ash body Telecaster. So if you're not used to an ash body guitar, they're pretty heavy. Like the first thing you'll notice is like, holy crap, this thing is heavy. It's a really heavy guitar. It's pure ash. And it's a maple fretboard, a legit maple fretboard. Everything feels great. I'm not a huge specs guy. If you've watched my channel, you know I'm not like, people get so hyped up on specs. But the one thing I do have to say, a caveat to that, I am realizing that I personally do like Alnico 5 pickups better than the ceramic. I do actually think there's a difference. So I'm actually really happy. These are Alnico, I can't even say that, Alnico 5 pickups. There's, you know, of course you have like your classic single coils, 3-way switch, volume tone. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to play. Real quick though, my signal chain, I'm doing the TE-30. That's going directly into my Bugera G5 Infinium. I'm on the overdrive channel, distortion, whatever you want to call it, the saturation channel. I have the volume all the way up. The gain is about, I don't know, 11 o'clock-ish. And then you can see in the shot here, like my different EQ settings. Most of it's kind of in the middle, maybe cut or boosted just ever so slightly. I have it on the USA side with just a bit of reverb. And honestly, guys, anymore, I've been the kind of guy who likes to crank up a tube amp and just kind of ride the volume and the tone. So I'm not using any pedals at all. That is being mic'd up though with a Shure 57A beta. That's going into my Audio Box Go, and then that's going into my laptop, which is running Reaper, which is my DAW. So there you have it, guys. I'm going to go through all the gamut, all the different tones. I'm just using the pickup selector, the volume, and the tone knobs. Everything's just coming out of the guitar, straight into an amp, no pedals. Let's get to it, man. Thanks again for watching. Well, my friends, as always, to the best of my ability, I tried to put this through the ringer to show that it's very versatile guitar. That's why the Telecaster has been so famous over the years. Sure, it does the twangy country stuff. You could hear that, right? It's really got that nice bitey, snappy kind of bridge pickup, you know, and I think a lot of it has to do with the old ashtray kind of bridge too. It really makes it kind of sparkle and has this twang to it. It's really sought after for a Telecaster. But you notice if you use the neck pickup, or if you go in between, or, you know, God forbid, you actually use your tone knob, you can get all kinds of sounds. Like, that's why you'll see players, everything from country pickers to, you know, people like, I don't know, the Colonel back in the Blues Brothers band, you know, all the way through to like people like Jeff Beck, to the band like Baroness, you know. It's just such a versatile instrument. And like I said, though, I feel like let me put it to you this way. I feel like you can play any style on any guitar. But the reason why it's fun to explore different styles of guitar, like the Telecaster, a Les Paul, Stratocaster, an ES335, an SG, other than it's just cool to play around with toys and guitars, I feel like even though you can play any style on any guitar, every guitar kind of has its like sweet spots. The things that the guitar does the best, you know, or the things that are maybe traditional about it. And I hate to say too, it's not always just an audio aesthetic. Sometimes it is the visual aesthetic too. You know, in the world of content creation, I mean, it's been like ever since, you know, video killed the radio star in the late 70s, early 80s, it's been a video and audio thing to be a musician, to be a rocker, to try to like make it in the music business. So looks do matter. And this guitar is absolutely gorgeous. I love the blonde finish on it. You can actually see the wood grain through the finish, which is cool. It's got like this marble kind of pick guard, which is really rad. The only thing I had to do, this actually, by the way, I didn't even say this in the beginning. This is all stock. And I was going to do an unboxing. I like to do unboxing videos. This one I actually bought from the TikTok shop with my own money. It was like $190 some. Come on, guys. That was with shipping, $190 some. And the shipping was free. So I mean, it's sub $200 guitar. You know, I don't even want to get into the ethics of how you can do that. I don't want to get into that. But it's just crazy. As a consumer, you can't really beat it, can you? Unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, the quality is great. I didn't do anything. I didn't do a setup. I didn't touch the intonation. The only thing I had to do, the tone pot was a little loose, and I just popped this off, tighten it, you know, that probably happened in shipping. Everything works though. Everything, all the electronics work. Everything is kind of where I honestly, to set this up, I wouldn't have to do a lot. These are even the factory strings. I didn't even change the strings yet on this guitar. I mean, this is all from the factory, you know, from Thomann, from Harley Benton. So that's crazy. I mean, string change, you know, touch the intonation just a little bit. I don't even think I changed the action or the neck relief. It all looks really good right out of the factory. Yeah, that's looking good to me. So, and you know what's crazy too? Before you guys start saying, oh, I'm shilling for Harley Benton, oh, they must have got to me. They have turned me down not once, not twice, but 3 times for collaborations. I've reached out to them 3 times now in hopes of, you know, getting a free guitar. I won't lie, man. When you're doing gear reviews, I don't have the money to go buying a ton of stuff. So I try to get deals with companies or even like a half price or something, right? And Harley Benton's turned me down every time. They're like, sorry, you know, we're just so busy. We got so many people. They were very nice. They always got back to me. They were very nice, but they're always like, sorry, you know, we just have so many people trying to get deals with us to send them free stuff that we can't send it to everybody. And I'm like, that's cool. You know, like once you get a bigger following maybe, but right now you're just not there. Fine. I'm glad you got back to me. But yes, 3 times now I've been trying to get a deal with these guys for some free stuff or to collaborate with them. And nah, so all 3 of these Harley Bentons I'm going to show in these next few videos. These are all guitars I bought myself. This one I got from the TikTok shop. So actually, if you do use my link to buy this one, full disclosure, I will get this guitar for free. So there is that incentive for me to try to sell it to you. But honestly, man, try it for yourself. It's a great guitar. You might find the neck pickup to be a little bit dull. You know what I mean? It could be a little brighter and chimier. I have to listen back to the recording, like in the room and through my headphones, it sounds a little dull, but maybe through the, you know, recording, it'll sound fine. I wouldn't change the bridge pickup at all. I think the bridge pickup's sweet. The electronics work. You maybe lose the tiniest bit of high end when you're rolling on the volume, but not really. You know, I had an old Gretsch that was like 4 or 5 times the price of this. And when I would roll off the volume on that Gretsch, I'd lose all my treble. This does better than that. So it's a better volume pot than a Gretsch. So, and if you love, the only thing too, I would say if you're not used to ash, it's heavy. So even now it's like, it's not too bad on my shoulder, but you can definitely tell it's there, man. It distributes its weight well, but it's definitely a heavy guitar. So guys, as always, man, thank you so much for listening to me ramble. From now on too, I am going to post the talking version of my guitar demos. And I'm also going to post a no talking version. So if you guys are like, sometimes, you know, you just want to hear what the guitar sounds like. You don't want to hear what the presenter has to say. Totally get it. So I'm going to start to do both. So stay tuned for that, for my no talking and talking versions of my demos. Thank you guys as always, man. Please like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell, follow me on all the platforms. At One Ray Music. If there's at One Ray Music, I'm on it. Trust me, I'm there. So I answer all the comments. I answer all the direct messages. I answer emails. You know, let me know, man. Like, let me know what you guys think. You know, let me know how long you've been playing. I don't care if you're playing in the bedroom, playing small gigs, open mic, all the way to, you know, theaters to stadiums, man. I love to hear from you, man, because we're all musicians. We're all in this together. There is none of this gatekeeping bullshit. that the guitar community, F all that stuff, man. You'll find that the players that give you the most crap are the ones that don't really play out a whole lot. You know what I mean? They're at home sitting on a forum yelling about, string gauges and, and gear and stuff. And they've played maybe 4 shows in their whole life, if that. They might not have ever played a show. I think in my humble experience, and maybe I'm preaching too much the other way, in my humble experience, the more legit the cat, usually the cooler they are, honestly. The ones that will help you more, the ones that will never say anything bad or will just be encouraging, because I think the ones who have gotten there know just how damn hard it is. And I would never be that kind of person to put you down for anything. I don't care if you're playing fucking digital modelers, tube amp, a solid state amp. I don't care if you're playing a $50 guitar, if you're playing a $10,000 guitar. We're all guitarists, we're all musicians. I'm really sick and tired of this guitar community and musician community being at each other's. I mean, there's too much of that strife in the world as there is. Why can't we all come together, be cool, help each other out, build each other up? It's not a zero-sum game. I didn't mean for that to get so preachy at the end. What I'm trying to say, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, leave some comments. You guys are awesome, man. I want to thank the patrons too, patreon.com/OneRayMusic. It's $3 a month to join. I do have different tiers, so if you want to check out the tiers. I do have YouTube members. I haven't really been pushing that at all because I think the Patreon's kind of a better deal. But if you want to do YouTube members and you're more comfortable with that, that's $2.99 a month. You don't have to do any of that, man. Just like, share, subscribe, share, all that stuff, comment. That's really what I would hope you guys can do, man. Make Google pay me. You know what I mean? Make YouTube and Google pay us artists finally. You know what I mean? That's what we should do. Gang up together, get some views, so they have to kind of give us the ad revenue that we're already putting on our videos anyway. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'll be back with some more videos soon. Take care. Bye.